Why make trillions when we could make billions?
Hello, this is Dem Apples. Welcome to part 2 of my 25 no limit Rush Poker videos. Continuing my sit and go here as well. Ace 5, there's like a million people in the pot, but it's not a really good hand. Don't really want to play Ace 5. Someone could have like Ace 8 or something, and I really don't want to play in that kind of position. Just keep folding bad hands and keep playing good hands. Hopefully we can get into some interesting spots. I have Ace 3, it's suited, but I'm out of position. That's not a really good hand, so 7-5 is a fold too. If this, oh okay, well, I was gonna say if this folds around to me, I should probably raise on the button. I'm not gonna raise this Ace 5 just because I don't like short stacks to my left, and they don't really fold all too often. So, and they can just shove on you with a wide range. So, I pick up kings on my sit and go. Nice hand. Gonna raise it up. This guy doesn't seem like he folds a lot. Whenever you see people with stats like a big VPIP and a small raise percentage, it typically means they don't fold anything once they've already called. Gonna raise it like a decent amount. 240's good. It's like 6x, I think. And like I said, this guy this guy never folds. So really in this spot, unless I have, let's see, unless he has an ace something like ace x, then I'm ahead, and there's no real point of betting if he has like, you know, like a queen 9 type of hand or something. So I'm just gonna check and see what happens. He's betting pretty big. He's not too aggressive. I feel like passive players would check behind if they had 3 aces. So I'm gonna put him on a bluff and maybe a pair that's worse than mine, and hope he bluffs off the rest of his chips on the turn. And now I have the second, or I have the nut flush draw to go with my pair. So I have 11 outs, I think, to outdraw unless he has a full house already. So I'm gonna hope he bluffs off the rest of his chips. There's also the possibility that he was betting with a flush draw, which kind of sucks, but I can't fold once I have the nut flush draw on the turn. And once again, so few of his hands have an ace, so unfortunately I kind of have to call this off. He has completely nothing, so I was right. I let him see how I basically on the turn. Oh, what's going on here? 7 jack 4. After I call on the flop to kind of, you know, slow play, or I mean, really he has an ace or he doesn't. If he doesn't have an ace, there's almost no hand he can have, so a lot of his hands are bluffing hands. So let me just pull that up again. So I resist the temptation to put him all in on the flop, because if I put him all in on the flop and he has 8-6, he's gonna fold. But that way I let him bluff off all his chips. I know that was kind of a conservative small blind fold with ace 8, but that player was like such a fish, like such a calling station, and you don't want to play out of position against calling stations. You just don't, because most of the time ace-8 is not going to hit. And let's see, maybe I'll raise this. Nah, I won't raise this. This guy's really aggressive. Could possibly 3-bet, but I don't have any stats on this guy, so I'll fold. Gonna fold a 6-8 too. Three-eight's a fold. There's 13 players left in the step tournament, and I'm like 4th in chips. Yeah, which is a pretty good spot. No, this guy raised really big. I might have called if he called, just because it would be 5-way, but I fold it. This guy's a calling station. I don't want to raise ace-6 there. Just folding hands I don't like right away. Probably raise 3-6 suited on the button if it folds around. Yeah. If hand flops decently well, I can c-bet the flop, I can take down the blinds. There's a lot of things I can do with the hand. I can represent the ace, bet like half the pot, and represent the ace. You don't need to bet too big because it accomplishes the same thing. This guy calls. I'm pretty much going to shut down. At this point, I think he might have, like, there's not a lot of draws, so there's really no hands he can float me with that are worse than a pair of 6s, so I'm just going to probably give up. Yeah. I don't see how I can be good here. Although if he had a 10, he might be value betting, but that's like kind of a lot to value bet with just like a pair of 10s or a pair of 8s. So he either has an ace or he's bluffing, which is kind of tempting to call, but I really think he has something most of the time. Unless he completely cold, like, flatted me with complete air, but I don't think a lot of players at 25 no limit do that very often, so I'm gonna raise ace-10 here for value. The big blind's pretty loose and passive, so I feel like I don't mind playing ace-10 in position against a loose passive player. Let's see how. I'm gonna bet, standard amount, like half the pot. Don't want to bet too much because it accomplishes the same thing if he doesn't have anything. Any min raises, check raise, bets most flops. He probably has like a weak top pair, like a pair of 7s. I don't think he's ever getting away from it, so I'm just gonna fold. I'm probably going to adapt my strategy to a more conservative game and just waiting for the nuts because I haven't seen a single fold yet in this series of 25 no limit. Just going to fold this. I'm going to fold my 9 high here too. I played with this guy before. I thought I took notes on him. He's just probably a really conservative player. I should raise, but this guy's so aggressive, or it's only a four hand sample, but I feel like I don't want to raise him off of a worse hand, so I feel like I can just call with ace king suited in position, because so many of his queen 9 suiteds fold, and I don't want to bloat the pot too much with just ace king, because a lot of flops are going to be like this jack high with like jack 6-3 typical flop, and He's betting most flops. Unfortunately, I don't think I can fold Ace King high on this flop, because although he might have a jack, he might also have complete air, and if he checks the turn, I can probably take it away. And I'm in position against him, so I'm in position against both players. So he's betting. He's bet the last time. Last time he's bet the turn. This is tough. He's showing a lot of strength. He's betting kind of an amount that he would bet if he was value betting a jack. So I think I'm going to give it up. He could be betting a draw, but even draws have... Flush draws with overs have pretty good equity against my hand, so... It's unfortunate I haven't hit at any pair whatsoever the last 5 or 6 times I had Ace King. Sometimes that happens, but that's okay. 9's a pretty standard raise. That's a god-awful flop for 9s. Just gonna check fold. Queen King, you might even float. Okay, now it's a really bad flop. I'm gonna fold. I got a gut shot on there, but it doesn't really matter. You don't want to draw to straight draws when there's a flush draw on board, and especially if it's multi-way, because a lot of your straight outs are also flush outs. So I'm gonna fold that. 7s on the sit and go. Might be worth a call. I think it's worth a call here. I have a bad gut shot and worse than bottom pair in this flop. Pretty bad flop for my hand. I'm gonna fold here. I have pocket queens, pretty decent hand. It folds around to me. When you're running bad, you're running bad. Alright, I'm gonna continue this video series. I think I'm running out of time for the YouTube video, unfortunately. I think I'm on about 12 minutes or something. Not positive, but just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna cut the video and gonna continue on part 3. Okay, I'll see you guys later.